you in this picture right here. We designed a suppressor that doesn't have baffles that trap gas. So unlike traditional models that use basically baffles of a kind, you know, chambers that trap gas, and they do a great job at making a gun quiet. Yeah. Unlike using this design, ours, more or less the idea is for gases to expand and then rotate through a series of channels and coils. So they're expanding at a natural rate and then going through different layers, forward, backward, and then forward again, and eventually exiting out all of these holes here. So because we're not restricting the flow of gas, because it's not basically finding a dead end, it's not pressurizing, which means that by the time there's a discharge, there's no blowback, if that makes sense. So we do it that way because blowback, as you know, or maybe don't know, basically it just can affect the gun severely, right? A lot of guns have adjustable settings on them to try to mitigate that blowback and that effect. With this can, you don't have to do that. You don't have to adjust the gas setting. If you do have a gun that has like a piston or some suppressed setting, generally the rule of our can,
if you guys want to come out downrange and take photos of the car, now's the time to do it.
So yeah, that's basically what's going on. So this is our old model. This is the previous model, and really this is a design that it worked for everything that we needed it to do. Reducing blowback, it did it very well. This is essentially a product of a company that was really about 2 years ago. It was bought out. New management came in, under new ownership. And the team, when we came in, this is essentially what we had to work with. And though it worked well, there were just a few drawbacks to the design. One of them was really just the complexity of it. There's a lot of pieces to the design, a lot of unnecessary components and shapes, like the octagon, for example. And we're just very unconventional. One of the other drawbacks was really the price. So instead of MSRP of like a full-size 5.56 can of, you know, sometimes $14.99 upwards, and sometimes even $18.99. What we were able to do is basically task our engineers to come up with a cutie design that kept the good features of flow-through, but made it stronger, made it lighter, and made it more affordable, and with value engineering and really being strict on combining a few parts and being really smart about it, getting under a target price so that it could be more commercial and really just more friendly, you know, in all markets to buy, if that makes sense. So what we ended up with is our QD suppressors, our new Helix QD suppressors. So we've got our Helix. This is our HX QD 556K. They all use a taper mount. And they all use a mounting system we call Torque Lock. And Torque Lock, when we were developing these cans, and we ended up trying a bunch of different mechanical features. Some worked really well. Eventually one of our engineers said, hey, what if we could let the gas flow work for us and maybe bypass some sort of mechanical device that could potentially fail? So what they ended up doing is they designed these angled walls here at the end, and they're angled on purpose. They're angled so that when the gases eventually flow through and exit, they hit these angled walls, keeping the suppressor bumped tight. So when you put the can on the mount and you tighten it down, you're good to go. It won't back off when you're shooting it, and it gets on tight enough. It kind of feels like a pickle jar. It gets on tight enough that it's not going to move around when you're not firing as well. They are. So we've got 3 mounts. And this is our prototype right now. It should be coming out very soon. This is our flash hider mount. And this is our comp, and that's our muzzle brake. So same features of flow through. The difference is these don't come apart like the traditional models. Instead, everything's a sealed unit. It's stronger and more robust that way. You can also still clean it by soaking it.
Ultrasonic cleaner?
Yeah, you can ultrasonic clean it. We had some of the guys in the Army, just in the development of the CSAS program. I mean, there's some requirements there for cleaning the suppressor. You know, there were some concerns with other government programs that are going on about being able to clean the components of the suppressor. What we ended up doing after about 5,000 rounds was just submerging our 7.62 can in some regular CLP solvent. We left it in there for 48 hours. We took it out, we put it on the rifle, and we just ran one mag through it. We got some high-speed camera of all the debris, and really chunks of of carbon flowing out the can. So to clean it, it's actually very simple. Soak it, submerge it, pull it out, let it drain and dry, put it on your rifle and shoot it. And that can, I mean, it lost, I think, about 2 ounces in carbon weight after they did that. So it returned within 0.1 ounces of its manufacturing. So it does very well just to soak it and clean it. So there isn't a need to take it apart and scrub it. And that was, again, one of the ways that we can make it more affordable and more cost-effective.
If you want to come over and shoot anything, feel free.
Perfect, thank you.
Got that little bitty.
Yeah, so HXQD 556K right here. I can talk.
I already love the feel of this rifle.
You want to try it with some other can now?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this left-handed glove on my right hand.
Oh, my ears are still ringing.
What?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. If it didn't have it on there, it'd be way different, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your ears are ringing, right?
Yeah, one shot and I'm good.
Yep. I did that once with my 10.5.
I just grabbed it. So this is the 7.62.
All right.
Full size 7.62. There you go. Still had a bunch of cleaner in it. Some salt blowing out. You want to try the full size 5.56?
It's like your first impression to come with a glove like that.
That still looks good.
And this is
Full size 5.56.
full size 5.56.
.7.62 is a little quieter.
Yeah. This one wasn't that bad though.
No. And it's only 3/4 inches long. I mean, it's pretty. This is technically, this is only 7.2 inches long. The 7.62 can. So I mean, this is on the long side of your average 5.56 can in load. So they're a little shorter than the average. This is our best seller right here.
I want to give it back now.
You don't
Can I? Oh, I don't? Okay.
You want to run some more mags too? You're absolutely welcome.
Exactly. I'm not going to say no to free ammo.
Actually, Maxims, right?
No. That's
It's
the
PDW.
That's the BDW. The new one looks like the oh, what is it? The
Pop.
I keep saying like right off the edge, right like.
I don't know how zeroed that thing is. So the best part is, I don't know if it's have you shot a lot of regular suppressed? Regular. Okay, so let's do this then, right? I'm gonna do this. See my brain. So the reason we do them lefty-tighty, you'll notice they're left-hand threads. The reason we did this is when we're working with the Army, they more or less said if you can do something so that when you're loosening the can, if it ever did carbon seals after thousands of rounds, when you're popping the can off, then we got wrench flats here. If you're popping the can off, it's not uncommon for muzzle devices to just come off the barrel, right? So the reason we kept the left hand, the lefty-tighty kind of thing, is because when you're tightening the can, you're basically countering the muzzle and vice versa. So if you're ever loosening the can by rotating it clockwise, you're only going to tighten the muzzle device. So you can always break them free from each other. You're never going to lose the mount inside the can.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So a big misconception about blowback that I deal with regularly, well, I don't deal with it regularly, I just hear often online. Some people think that you can fix blowback by just using an adjustable gas piston setting, or a combination of maybe buffer weights, maybe an adjustable bolt carrier, something to change that pressure that comes into the operating system, which really does make sense. Because generally, with a baffle can, a traditional baffle can, there is that overpressure that comes down the action. The misconception is that the majority, or that is the blowback issue, and that's really not it. Adjustable pistons, buffers, they can affect timing. So if your baffle can is making your gun run maybe too violently, or it's malfunctioning because the bolt speed is more or less adjusted because of the overpressure, yeah, you can adjust some settings and you can use some buffer settings and you can fix your timing. What people don't understand, or maybe a lot of people don't understand, is that the majority of that blowback is coming down the board. As soon as that bolt comes out of the chamber here, you still get a very dirty gun. A lot of pressure is still in the action, okay? And when that pressure comes, it gets very dirty and it still causes fouling. You can't get rid of that. Nothing you can do to your operating system will change the pressure coming down your board. So I bring this rifle out on the range to kind of illustrate that. So you've got a traditional baffle can on a 16-inch barrel, carbine, maybe that's a mid-level. It's an LMT piston, adjusted piston. You'll notice it's on the suppressed setting. So I'm going to have you run that, and then I want you to run this 16-inch barrel. This is a direct impingement gun, so it's kind of like best case scenario against worst case scenario, right? So I want you to run them side by side, and to illustrate my point, I just want you to hold the rifle like this. No, not like that, like up by your face. Yep, just like that. Just turn it sideways so you can kind of see right into the action, just like that. So I'm going to give you 5 rounds to run on this guy. Mind you, it's on the suppressed setting. And then I'm going to give you 5 rounds to run on this guy, so you can see the difference for yourself. So you see what I mean? The blowback is still there. You can't get rid of that. All right. Do the same thing, turn it sideways. It's the same as if there's no suppressor in it. Of course, you're going to get a little bit, because that's the way the gun operates, and it is a DI gun. But again, you don't get anywhere near the amount of blowback.
That one was just slapping me in the face.
Yeah, I can see your hair going.
Exactly. You can't really look at it.
Right. Another one tonight too. You also notice, I don't know if you noticed, the tone is very different. So this can, when we meter it, I don't mind. I'm not making fun of AAC. I think it's a great can. This can meters, at least at the ear, and generally really close at the muzzle, but at least at the ear, almost identical. This can and this can. They're like head to head, right? Per weapon system. The difference is the tone. A lot of the noise on this is a high pitch, and all the noise on this is more of a lower pitch. And that's because you got gas and pressure exiting out of a lot more holes. It's all going forward. So generally, all of our cans will meter louder than the competitor. The further the mic is, here to the side. If I'm out here, yeah. But to the shooter, it's generally the quietest. One of them.
Yeah, I was noticing that it's a lot quieter than this. That's why I know what the keys like.
I don't know if it's a lot quieter. It's a different tone, right? And again, you don't get the chamber pop, so you don't get that piercing pitch. The noise does go forward.